Hello viewers, Beloved's Corner once again. I would like to touch on a topic, the influences of in-laws in our relationship, whether positive or negative. You see, in this world, you might come across a very nice gentleman or a gentleman finding a wife, and then your sisters don't see eye to eye with the person. You try to find out why, nobody gives you any reason. You can even have a very good person, but your parents object to the idea. What do you do? What do you do in situations like this? Your sister might not want to see the face of that lady for no apparent reason. They might not have met anywhere, but because of a suspicion or something, some too, because you take good care of them, they think that this lady is going to take your mind off us, and therefore they begin to oppose the relationship. In situations like this, what do you do? And if you are fortunate and they are able to tell you why they hate the one you want to get married, then you have the chance to explain yourself. Some will not even open their mouths, and some is out of mere jealousy. They don't have anything against the person, but maybe they can foresee the two of you achieving a lot together, and they want you to remain where you are, and therefore this woman will not let you marry. Some also have genuine reasons, because maybe they met the lady at a point in time in their life, and the lady they know to be very rude. They know the lady to be very rude, or the lady was such that she slept with every man that came here. Some too may be suspicious because the lady is beautiful. Some just see people and they try to give them a name or a tag that this person looks worldly. This person looks like it's a sports child or sports girl. Why? Because she's so beautiful. No, don't get to know people through what you think. Have an experience with them, have an encounter with them before you can draw your conclusions. And don't base your arguments too on what people are saying about others. Just make time to find the people. The main reason why you should not sleep together when you are dating, because when the truth is out and you have already consummated, it's difficult to stay away. I would say that most of the times, the ladies, the sister, or your sisters, I'm talking about the man, your sisters might have also heard from friends, but they've not experienced any bad, had any bad encounter with the lady you intend to marry. Let them give you reasons why they think this lady is not good for you. If you think it's good enough, if you find out from the lady and she has something to say, just take your time and listen, because you might be losing out on a very good person because of your parents' influences, or your sisters or your brothers or whatever. Please, when you hear such things, take your time to find out. Some have lost very good people because of impatience. I would also say that let us also live our lives well, because we don't know where we would end up. We don't know where our paths will cross again. The people that we meet from our primary school, secondary school, university and all that, they might be our future in-laws. And therefore the encounter or the experience they had when they met us would also be a testimony, whether good or bad, whether positive or negative. This world is a small place. So let us live our lives well. Let us be trustworthy. And the day that someone will have to testify about us, let us be good testimonies. Don't let us live our lives anyhow, thinking that, oh, I can get away with this. I've seen ladies who have lost very good men because of a truth. The testimony that was given about them was the truth. And no man would want to marry a person who has lived her life anyhow and has, to the man, has had different encounters with men and still confesses to be a Christian even at that time. No, it means you cannot be trusted. Please, the parents of both sides, when you are blessed with an in-law, don't judge the person by the first side, like the way she was dressed, the way she spoke, the way she looks, where she comes from. He doesn't have this, he doesn't. Take your time. You might be driving away a very good in-law, a potential in-law. So let's also be careful the way we treat the people who come into our homes to marry or to ask the hand in marriage of our children. I would sound a word of caution here too, that men, let us also know that whatever we throw, there's this word term that's the law of karma. You throw a ball at a wall and then it comes back. So please, don't let us go about also destroying the lives of young women. You might end up in a home that the lady you are going to get married to, you slept with everybody in the house before, cousins, friends here and there, and you might lose a very good woman. Let us take good care of ourselves. And I would say again that if someone has a problem with the one you want to marry, let the person tell you why. And listen to your partner first before you take a decision. And some even have friends influencing them such that they kick against the idea of marrying the ones they love because their friends object to it. It's not your friends who are going to marry the person. And for Christ's sake, you have to live and cleave. And their friends don't even come in at all, unless they have testimonies that are safeguarding you from trouble. And say here that the pastors that pastor our partners to, we should have a word with them before we commit ourselves to marry people. I'm saying this because they might know them more. They might know them more. If they are not going to stop you from marrying the person, but if they have to sound a word of caution, you would have to listen. Because in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. That's how the Bible puts it. So seek counsel, seek the advice of a grown-up person and introduce the one you want to marry to the people you respect and admire. Your church leaders, your shepherds, your pastors, your lady pastors, your parents, anybody or a role model that you have in terms of even married life. Let them talk to the person and they'll be able to assist in terms of maybe helping the two of you walk the path they have also walked. There are people who have bitter experiences that they would want to share, not to deter you or to scare you, but then to guide you. I remember that the day that I was getting married, I had the privilege of hearing someone's testimony. This person was divorced, and she said, "My dear sister, make sure that you don't prolong any quarrel." And I didn't get her. She said that, "I thought that we will resolve it, but here I am divorced, and I have to go back." She was then living in the United Kingdom, and she came down to marry. She had to go back with 2 kids. The marriage was over. Why? She said that it started with a little quarrel, and then before she could say Jack, it had become a canker, and then there was nothing that could be done to help them. So please listen to advice of people who have been where you are about entering, and take clue from them, take advice from them. Do not ignore the counsel that they give you. And I would continue to say that marriage is good. Bible has said it. It says he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. And Bible says that a virtuous woman who can find, means it's very difficult. But then there's one thing that is easy. The woman that fears the Lord is the one that needs to be praised. So if you want to marry, look for a woman who fears God. Who is a woman who fears God? A woman who fears God is the one who obeys the commandments of God, who doesn't seem wise in her own eyes. That if I follow Koiku and I follow Kojo and I follow Kwame and I'm able to play my cards well, I would establish myself before I get married. You are deceiving yourself. You are destroying your future happiness. You are destroying the respect that you would have earned from your in-laws, your home and all that. You can live your life such that you have your in-laws even being treating you like their own children. Let us be vigilant. Let us be obedient. For to obey is better than to sacrifice. Obey the word of God. Obey the advice and counsel of your leaders. And then by so doing, you'll be able to preserve yourself. I would want to also look at a topic. In our next video, we'll be talking about it, how to preserve your virginity and how to take good care of yourself as a young woman and as a young man. Thank you.